I just need to be supporting this campaign in any way that I can to help him win. And the reason is, I met Ted 16 years ago, and I knew within the first 2 weeks what incredible talent this person had for our country. And when I see Ted so selflessly going out and defending the Constitution, defending our liberties, even when it's not popular, and being willing to give up his own political popularity to fight for the people, the least I can do is come out and campaign for him full time. Ted wanted to be an actor in Hollywood once. He wanted to be a computer programmer at MIT and a scientist. And I think he was guided to the law because of his strong intellectual capabilities and a clarity of thought that is very, very valuable in arguing at the court and in sticking to your values. And so I think he found the right profession in the law, and if he can use that for our country, it's the right thing to do. Ted is campaigning on keeping our country safe, on not negotiating deals with our enemies, on jobs, growth, and opportunity, and on defending our constitutional liberties. And so the first thing that I would say is look to people's record, their proven record before they were in office, before they ran for office, on what they've done. And there is a huge distinction between all the candidates on the stage. The second thing that I think we have to emphasize this week is with the passing of Justice Scalia. There is no more important pick to the Republican cause, conservative cause, any Republican cause, than having the right justices appointed to the Supreme Court. And historically, Republicans have done a relatively poor job in finding justices with a backbone who will stick to conservative values. Values that just uphold our Constitution on Second Amendment, on the 10th Amendment, 4th Amendment, basic things, religious liberty, freedom of speech. We've gotten it, Republicans have gotten it wrong. And particularly on life and marriage, we've gotten it wrong. And Ted is uniquely qualified on that stage to be someone who knows the court, knows the candidates for the court personally, and knows their track record. And he has said that he will expend personal capital as president to nominate the right people, even people that we'll have to really make the case for in front of the Senate. We're not just gonna, he won't just put up people that are easy to get through, but who are people that will stand up for the Constitution. And that is why voters in South Carolina should vote for Ted this week. These are the 5 most important days in this entire election, and that is the most important issue. We will have either 1 or 4 justices appointed. Right now, all of those decisions, Second Amendment, right to keep and bear arms, marriage, life, privacy, U.S. sovereignty, 10th Amendment rights of locality back to the state, those cases have been argued and won with a 5-4 margin. It's tight. We will lose what our country currently looks like if we don't elect the right person to appoint justices. And I don't think any other candidate on the stage holds a candle to Ted's judgment on this issue and his ability to get it right. There is nothing more important in South Carolina that can happen to our campaign than having true conservatives endorse Ted. Because you know who you've elected, and when they put their name out for someone, they really believe in him, and I promise you, Ted, we will not disappoint you and the incredible reputation that you've built up. So thank you so much for your endorsements. It is a role of the wife to support, and the role of the husband is to support us. But I am, every day I admire Ted more and his talent, but every day I know exactly, and so does he, where his power comes from that gives him any sense of title, and that is from each and every one of you and no one else, other than the talents that God Almighty has given to all of us to his service. And when you know that, and then you know who you're serving here on earth, there's no matter what title, what position, the most important thing is speaking the truth. And that is what Kevin is doing, what Jeff is doing, and what Ted do every day. And sometimes you sacrifice some popularity for doing that amongst those who want to be liked as their first and foremost goal. And unfortunately, that's all too common in politics, isn't it?
I think he has a very good chance. Traditional conservative Republican primary voters are what's going to decide this thing. And I believe Cruz does very well with the fiscal conservatives, the social conservatives, evangelicals, libertarian-leaning conservatives. I think he covers the whole spectrum.